Hey man,
Hey, what's going on?
um, I want to hit you with a quick question off the bat. I like asking you questions. I like to hear what you have to say.
Okay.
All right, so tipping, bro. It's a tipping question. All
Okay.
right, you're a nice guy. Sure, you don't mind helping people when they need it.
Hmm.
Tipping obviously helps people. But see, if I go into a restaurant and they serve me food, tip. If I go to a barber, cut my hair, I tip. They wash my car, right? Tip. Um, and in other situations too. But now it seems like everyone has a tip, like, you know what I mean? It's already loaded into their system. Like it's not even a tip jar anymore. There's still a few tip jars left over here and there.
Yeah.
But now everyone turns that little screen around for
Yeah.
you to sign, and it says tip, how much tip? 15%, 18%, 20%.
Yeah.
And every time I go for none, I just feel like an a-hole.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's your thought on all this tipping on literally like everywhere and everything you do now?
Yeah. I think it's getting a little out of hand. Like drive-throughs. A lot of drive-throughs are doing that now. I don't tip at the drive-through. You used to never
No,
tip there. Like what?
no.
Yeah. 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 I mean, it's nice if you have extra cash and there's great service. But yeah, it feels like it's getting a little out of hand now. Yeah.
Great service. I'll get to that in a second. So if I go pick up food at a restaurant and I can see that the cashier, or if even if I place an order and I'm walking through a line to get food and then I get to the cashier and she says it's 10.95 and she just hands me change and has a tip jar. And I'm like, I don't want to tip for that. Like, I don't know, like, I think, can I tip the cook or the people that prep, like, set it all? Like I don't want to tip. Who am I tipping? First of all, am I tipping everyone, or who's this tip going to?
Yeah, I think a lot of those places it goes to everyone. They split it up. I think that's what I've heard before from yeah, people.
Okay, I hope so, because I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't want to tip when she did this person, he or she didn't like. Now, if and I'll get to the good service part, because if if this person hands me the food and says, "Oh, 10.95," and most of the time I just swipe my card and then, "Do you need a receipt?" "No, thanks," and I walk out. That they did absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And so, but when that person hands me my food and says, "Do you need anything else?" and I say, "Oh yeah, you know what? Can I get extra of that sauce and some of this? Oh, and throw some utensils in there. Oh, can I get some napkins? I forgot. Can you get napkins?" And they do it with no attitude. They're just glad to do that for me and still goes, "Is there anything else you need?" Bro, that person's getting something from me. It's not gonna be, 5-6 bucks, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna do that still. Like, I'll do a few bucks,
Yeah.
but like you said, I think it comes down to service when it comes to tipping in anything,
Yeah.
any type of business.
Yeah. And yeah, the service varies a lot. I mean, you get terrible service some places and great service other places. So yeah, the good places should be rewarded. And you know people will hire the people who give you attitude and ignore you. Uh, you know, they they should find out with the tips. Yeah,
We've all had them.
yeah,
We've all had the bad ones.
yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to think of one, like, off the top of my head.
Well,
Oh, you know what? We did go to one. We did go to one. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I remember you at Buffalo Wild Wings at it was the
Oh,
Lakers playoffs, the last Lakers playoffs, and like you guys had been there for like an hour or two and still hadn't been served yet.
oh my God, that place is notoriously bad for this. Not all of them, just this specific spot. That should be my OC news.
What should be my OC news too is I drove by that place today and and there was an older lady. She was like in her 50s, and she was just dancing outside the water fountain out there, like just
Oh
non.
yeah.
You know about that?
Well, it happens. There's some dancers out there for some reason, bro. Just that corner alone. I don't know why. There's always some kook out there doing their thing.
Yeah, I didn't. I had never seen that, so I was like, well, that's weird.
Oh man. By the way, I like OC News, man. A little that's like our only like almost kind of like segment.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm enjoying that one.
yeah, yeah.
And we will have some OC News today, but yeah, that particular Wild Wings, man, it was yeah, we got there and it took maybe 15 minutes just to get a beer. Luckily, I got the beer. But people were already there before me. Like my cousin was there and my brother. And my brother had ordered chips and salsa just to start with. Chips and salsa, bro. You grab them, throw them in a basket, and then you walk them out. It was now, like you said, almost an hour later, they hadn't gotten no chips. And at this point, we had placed an order for food. No food had come out. It was so bad, man. It was just bad. And then the you want to get at the servers, but then it's not like this. It's not the server's fault because what she only can do what she can do is to tell them, hey, they're waiting for the food, and then but nothing's coming out. So that's one of the worst. You're right. I forgot about that one. That's one of the worst like service I've ever had in my life. It was so bad.
Yeah, and when we get to OC News, I have a story about bad service in a different industry as well. It has to do with OC too.
All right, all right,
But
um, all right. Where do you want to go to first? What do you want to talk about first? Well, I guess second at this point.
uh, you want to talk NFL a little bit?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get into the NFL, man. What do we got with the NFL?
Uh,
Uh,
Chargers,
uh,
terrible again.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I tagged you on Twitter, telling you that I wanted to hear about what you had to say about this. Obviously, the coach he's been hearing it for a while now. Um, I don't remember what you said the last time. I think I asked you what you thought, but I don't remember if you were still with him or not.
I,
And are you
I
now?
I had patience with him for a while, but just watching how bad this defense is, and him, supposedly a defensive guru, and watching Green Bay, who had struggled at offense, all year, and they just carved us up because we allowed guys wide open on like 3rd and 15 plays, stuff like that. Guys are just running wide open. Yeah, I'm done with Staley. I'm ready for him to be gone. You
You
know,
are okay.
4-6, losing to bad teams now. You can kind of understand, like, 3-point losses to the Dolphins and some other tough teams. The Titans game was another game we shouldn't have lost. We lost that in overtime. So yeah, it's just and you think about the playoff collapse in Jacksonville last year, up 27 points. Playing Mike Williams and him getting injured in a meaningless game last year.
Yes, I remember that.
It's just all adding up now. I wanted to give him a chance. I liked his aggressiveness. I liked him going for it on 4th downs.
I remember before the season started, you were like, even when you were going down to the practices, you were like, man, just watching them in practice, it looked like a different offense, and they're really like going deep as opposed to just like playing it safe. And you were kind of really looking forward to that offense.
I was, and then the injuries happened, man. Then Mike Williams went down. Then Corey Linsley had a heart issue, our center. Then now what's his name? Josh Palmer is down now on the IR. So yeah, and Quentin Johnston had that huge drop the last game, could have won the game. But I'm not as hard as on him as other Chargers fans are right now. They're calling him a bust, saying he's not going to be anything. Like, it's too early.
It's too early, man. When
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp first got on the Rams, I don't know if you know this, but or remember any of the games, bro, he was dropping everything. I was like, man, this guy's really good. He's making big plays, but then he would drop one. Then he would drop another one. And then next game he dropped another one. I'm like, oh no, like what's going on with this guy? It's early on. I mean, they're just, it's just got to give him a little time to develop here in the NFL.
Yeah, it's funny. I made a comment about it on Twitter, and I got like 20 something replies. Half of them saying, "Yeah, be patient with Johnston." The other half,
What
like,
were the other half?
like, oh, you're like, you don't
You're
know
an
what
idiot.
yeah, you're an idiot. He's a bust. We should have taken like all these other guys over him, and but
Yeah.
you know what? He's not getting very many targets either. Even though he's playing a bigger
Mm-mm.
role now with other guys, he's getting like four or five targets a game. And like, how are you gonna build your confidence like that?
I wonder if it's a trust issue. I wonder if they're seeing some in practice, and the quarterback seeing some in practice that maybe there's a trust thing there, or they just, I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. It seems like Herbert doesn't go his way very often. But in training camp, he was, and then and he was going deep to him too, and it was working out. And then Johnston, I think he got COVID. He got an illness or COVID, and he was out for a good portion of camp, and I think that hurt him too. And then, yeah, so not looking good for the Chargers. Tough game against the Ravens this Sunday that I'll be at, but we'll see.
Oh, you'll be there. Okay, good. Nice. A little extra insight on that. Yeah, for my Rams, they barely pulled one off. Again, I don't know why, but they always play this team hard, man. They always play them like Seattle.
Seattle, oh yeah.
Yeah, and they always just, I don't know, they just seem to beat them for whatever reason. I love that, bro. Uh, but you asked me if I thought last time, you were like, "Oh, do you think they're still gonna make the playoffs?" And honestly, the more games they win, like the worse pick they're gonna get. So, and like I said last time, when they get to the playoffs, what are they gonna do? It's not a team you can really trust in the playoffs. Like, I personally don't think so. So, I don't know, man. And then Cup, I know Cup got something's up with him. I think he's expected to play, but he had some sort of injury going on. Obviously, the quarterback's been injured, so stuff's going on. We'll see. They did win, though.
Yeah. The frustrating thing about the Chargers is they have all the talent. They have the talent to do it. And the second highest paid defense, and we have the worst defense. It's
what
just,
is that, man? That's just weird.
It's coaching, because every game we're leaving guys wide open, like in big play guys too. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, guys, and sometimes they're just single covered, or they're not covered at all, man. Like
those two are like the best players on the team too.
I know, and how you leave them alone, and we have situations where it's third and one, fourth and one, fourth and two, and we're playing so far behind the line, like we're giving guys like 5 yards automatically in these situations. It's like, why aren't you pressing them up on man and trying to stop them? It's like I don't even know what's going on, man.
Well, that's why people are calling for his head, man.
Yeah.
They're coming after the coach for real now. Now everyone's after him. And then you saw his interview, right? He was a little bit he was losing it a little bit there.
Yeah, he was mad at the reporter for asking him. Don't even ask me that anymore. If I'm going to keep calling the defensive plays, yeah, of course I am.
Of course I am.
And he goes on later and he says, the coaches are doing everything right. It's the players.
Yeah.
Really throwing the players under the bus, like they can't like that.
No, they cannot like that. You can't talk like that about your players.
No, man.
No, what is McVay, what does he always say? He goes, well, it's on the coaches. We just got to do a better job. It's like the same. This guy has like a freaking thing written out already. But but he always blames it on himself and the coaches. He'll say a little bit about the players, but he's always like, "Hey, it's us. We got to improve. We got to figure out what's wrong, and we gotta adjust."
And what the hell's wrong with Staley, man? He coached with McVay. You think you know this stuff? No, we're not wrong
Yeah.
at all. All you guys are wrong.
The players got to make plays. I mean, that's sort of true.
It's true. I mean, everyone already knows that, but
Yeah, yeah, but you got to make the adjustments within the game, and sort of like the Lakers coach, and he's just it doesn't look like he's doing that right now.
no, not at all, man. Not when you're allowing every team to just score at will, man. It's like even getting one stop is is hard for us, and we've got. It's not like we have nobodies. We got Mac. We had Bosa. Now Bosa's injured. We have Thule. We have Asante Samuel Jr. We have playmakers out there, and Derwin James, and it's just I don't know what we're doing out there on defense. It's like
Nothing apparently.
nothing.
So I mentioned the Lakers. Looks like there's a game tonight.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think this is a playing game.
where are
The
they playing?
fourth playing game.
Yeah, you're right. Yep, the Jazz. Yeah, it's a in-season tournament game. We were talking about how they had to play the Blazers. It was going to be a good test, and they beat them, and they beat the Rockets barely.
Mm.
And now we'll see if they can take out the Jazz tonight. They lost to the Kings, but they beat the Grizzlies before that, so they got a nice little streak going. Not that much, maybe not a streak, but a good momentum. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they're playing better lately. LeBron has been playing awesome, man. He had 38 points last game, and doing a little bit of everything like he always does. It's just amazing to see him at this level at that age, year 21, when the highest scoring average before that in year 21 was 7 points, and he's out there
Jeez.
putting up 30, 40 points, and getting assists, rebounds, and making threes, steals, blocks, doing everything, man. It's just insane. And like I heard on the radio on 710, it's a little concerning that we need LeBron to play this way to be able to win. like
They need him to win so if you run him into the ground,
yeah,
which I was hoping that wouldn't be the case before the season started, where they can just play him a certain amount of minutes. Would be great, but obviously that's not the case. He's playing a ton of minutes. There's been some fourth quarters where he doesn't even come out.
yeah, yeah. And there have been some bright spots. Cam Reddish has been playing great
Oh yeah,
defense, getting a lot of steals, hitting some big threes too. So yeah, we just need more of that from the other guys, man. Because we have talent on this team all through the roster. But Ham's rotations are weird too. He'll go through stretches where he barely plays Rui, and we know what Rui can do. Why aren't you playing Rui? I don't get it, man.
yeah. So yeah, Lakers doing better than both of our football teams,
Yeah,
which
but
is nice to see.
yeah, but still, I mean, LeBron had that crazy game, and we beat Houston by 1 point. It's like, and,
Yeah,
and Houston is a better team than they were before, but it's not like they're some juggernaut team. They still don't have a ton of talent. They just have a great coach, and that shows you what coaching can do. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. Hopefully, I mean, they're not blowing teams out, so that's part of the reason why you're not sitting LeBron and AD. I mean, AD's still a young guy. I mean, he can still run around out there, but LeBron, we got to find a way to cut those minutes, man. And
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna happen.
I don't see it happening because
I
this
don't either.
so early in the season. This would be the time to be sitting him now, and they're not doing it. So yeah.
Yep, not good, not good. All right, before we get to some OC news here, you said you had something for some Hollywood news.
Yeah. Let me pull it up here. Got it.
Is the strike over yet?
The strike is over.
It
Yeah,
is okay.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So let me get this up here.
What you got? Is it movie news or what?
Oh, it's related to movie news. Yeah. So this came as a shock to me and a lot of other people. Melissa Barrera, who was the star of the recent Scream movies, has been dropped from Scream 7 due to social media posts about the Israeli
Oh,
Hamas
yes.
war. Uh, and these comments seemed they didn't seem very controversial to me, to be honest.
You can't say anything anymore, bro. You can't say one. It could be a one-liner that just sets off a bunch of people. Now, I didn't read it, so I don't know what it is, but I'm talking like just in general.
Yeah,
And people will run with it, and now you're canceled, and now you're against this, and you're anti that, and now you're just the worst person on the freaking planet, bro.
yeah. To be honest, I found this pretty ridiculous, man. Because this post, I mean, the wording is strong as she used, but this post is about just people just being kind to people, not letting people starve. Like, and she's getting canceled over it. So she says Gaza is currently being treated like a concentration camp. Right, that's strong. Cornering everyone,
Yeah.
cornering everyone together with nowhere to go, no electricity, no water, which is true. They're doing this. People have learned nothing from our histories, and just like our histories, people are still silently watching it all happening. This is genocide and ethnic cleansing. So the words are strong, but this is what's happening right now in Gaza. People are not getting water, electricity, food due to this conflict, and she's doing is speaking out about it. And she got fired from a huge movie just for just for saying what's happening, which it's insane, man. I don't, you know.
Sometimes I'll hear something like that, and I go, you know what? If you would have just worded it a little differently
Yeah,
and got your point, you could have still got your point across.
the the wording is strong. The wording is strong. I'll give it that because honestly, I wrote the same kind of thing in one of my reviews.
Oh, somebody's getting canceled. Hey, we're taking email me if you want to be co-host. Shoot me an email. We're looking.
Yeah, let me yeah, wait, let me show you guys what I wrote here. Uh,
Is Jimmy available to co-host?
uh, yeah, so here's what I wrote on Film Threat. It's a movie review, a movie called Avenue of the Giants. It's about Jewish people in the concentration camps. And so I said, as I write this, Jews are once again sadly at the center of a racial conflict with innocent Palestinians also tragically suffering. When will the human race figure out that all life is precious? So I, I'm just saying, man, like it's sad that people are getting killed on both sides, man. Like all life, we shouldn't be celebrating deaths one way or the other like some people are, like I just think it's sad, man, and you know,
I'm seeing it here in the news. Here in the U.S., people are getting into it a little bit.
yeah, a lot of people are arguing over this, and Hollywood is too. Susan Sarandon just got fired from her agency for saying something, speaking out for Palestinians as well. Um, and I can kind of get it because it's a complicated situation because uh, Palestinians and Israelis have had a long conflict, and now there's this subsection called Hamas that's like this terrorist organization of the Palestinians who are kidnapping, killing, raping, you know, Jews in Israel, and so it's got people riled up, you know, and then in turn, so the Israel, they locked down Gaza and didn't are not allowing in water, electricity, food. They're pretty much starving these people out, the Palestinians. But there's a lot of innocent women, children, people who have nothing to do with this, who are dying because of this. So it's just a bad situation all the way around. And why we're canceling people over, you know, saying something about it? It's insane, man, insane.
Yeah, it's strange, man. That's part of war. The innocent go down too, man.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
yeah. So, you know, instead of saying this group is bad, the other group is bad. I mean, the terrorists are obviously bad, you know.
Yeah.
Nobody should be supporting the terrorists, but that's part of the problem. There are people in the U.S. supporting the terrorists, so there's extreme sides, and you know, it's getting people riled up. Uh, yeah, it's
Not good all around, but
not good all around, man. And it makes me think a lot about um, Santa Barbara Film Festival in March. I went there, saw a lot of movies. I reviewed a movie called Alam by a Palestinian filmmaker, um, and it was about their conflict with Israel before all this went down, and it showed their side of the story and how uh, just how different it is than what we hear over here. You know, about Israel always being the good guys, and you know, from his side, you know, there have been atrocities on their side too, which I'm sure, you know, groups on all sides do all kinds of terrible things. So
yeah.
it's a great movie, something people should check out, at least to kind of get an understanding of where, you know, different people are coming from. So yeah,
Absolutely, man.
yeah.
All right. So let's get into some OC news.
All
Good to
right.
go.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man, what you got? Go for it.
All right. Well, this comes with a story. We've all had different experiences with dentists. You know, they can be like mechanics. Some are bad, some are great. Uh, but so I went to the dentist this past week, and I'm getting old, man. I thought my appointment was at 9:30. It turned out it was at 9, and I get there, and yeah, the it seemed like the dentist was not happy about this.
Did
So
he want the tip?
no, this is worse, man. So so he goes, all right, so I had a cavity that was gonna be filled. He's like, so I'm gonna do this cavity without numbing you up. He,
Ooh.
he goes, you know, it's a shallow one. You know, I don't think I'm gonna have to go too deep. You know, it shouldn't be bad. so uh, so I'm like, well, you know, I don't want to look like
Oh,
a wuss or
like a
something.
wuss?
Yeah, like
Oh no, bro. No, no, no.
I know.
I said give me double.
So I'm like, okay, I guess so. You know, and and bro, it it hurt, man. It hurt bad.
It's
Like
it probably like torture, bro.
it was. I could feel the nerves like the whole time. I felt it, man. And all I could think is he's doing this because I came late. Like he, he just didn't want to take the extra time that it takes to numb me up, you know, because then you gotta wait while you know. So
Oh
OC
no.
smiles. Stay away from OC smiles, man. Because if you're late, they're just gonna drill
Sorry,
you.
OC Smiles.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
great people who work there. I love the people at the front desk, but
yeah. Just tip them and don't show up late.
yeah, but I just think that's wrong, man, and I just had to say something about it, dude. Like,
You didn't stop them in the middle then and go, "No, I need something."
no, but I had a tear coming down my face, dude. Like,
Dude, you did the whole thing?
I did the whole thing. I did.
No way, man.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And now the upper side of, like, he told me there was nothing else going on, but now all of a sudden after that, the upper side of that area is hurting now. It was the lower side, and I'm not going back to that guy. Like,
That's what he wants. He wants you to go back there so he can torture you some more.
yeah, yeah.
This guy's freaking crazy.
Like in a Saw movie or something, man.
I think he's into that stuff. Oh man. All
And
right.
oh, and one more thing, that this all happened because we get dental through Olivia's work, because they offer all that stuff. My job doesn't offer that. So and she decided at the beginning of the year she was going to change our dental plan to a cheaper one, but she didn't tell me. She's like, I want to save some money. I'm just going to change it, and we've had all kinds of work done now, like, and really expensive too, because we got the cheap plan, paid like thousands of dollars. And then I had this guy do this.
Oh man.
So we're switching back beginning of the year, and now we get to go back to our old
Yeah,
dentist.
yeah.
Like, yeah,
Okay. What is this guy the only option under this plan? Jesus.
there's not a lot of options really.
Really? I
Yeah,
guess that's what happens when you go the cheaper route, man.
yeah, you get what you pay for, man.
You get what you pay for. You get tortured. Oh man. All right. So, well, damn. Mine's sad. So, we're gonna go to two extremes here. There's a little bit of little bit of positive in this one, but you probably heard the hangar over in Tustin,
Yeah,
burnt, right?
yeah.
And but it's so a lot of the people are having to stay in because of asbestos, and there's a lot of ash, and they're being told close your windows and stay indoors. But also suffering are pets.
Uh,
Orange County Animal Care Shelter asks residents to help foster medium and large sized dogs in an effort to reduce the number of animals at the facility. So there's like 250 of them that are just stuck in kennels right now. Um, it, because of this, whereas before they were able to go outside and play and go on walks, and now they're not able to do that, so they're just stuck in these kennels. And Alexa Pratt says they're used to running around on our lawns that you see and playing ball all day. Now they're being forced inside. 28 out of the 250, I mean, there's 250 of them. 28 of them have been able to get out of their kennels and go with their new families for a couple weeks. They're asking the community to foster for about 2 weeks. But the story when it came out, it said it was only about 28 of them. Hopefully it's more now.
yeah,
But apparently it's pretty bad. And there's a couple residents were saying that we've done this before, we fostered before, so why not? And they figured they'd do it again, so they are. If you do foster an animal, they're not just gonna hand it to you and you have to go and go and get shots and all this stuff. They have all their shots. Everything is updated, spayed and neutered. Everything is vaccines, all of that stuff. You even get a little kit. You're gonna get food for the dog. They're gonna give you a leash, collar, tags, all the good stuff. They basically just want you to watch over them for a couple of weeks, while they get the situation under control. So the place to go for that is OCAC programs at OCCR ocgov.com. So in case anybody wants to foster, that's the way. That's where you got to go. Right now, they're asking people to just donate Kong toys in the meantime, so that then they could at least stay busy while they're in the kennels and play or get something to play with.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good to spread, man. Because yeah, I mean, especially during the holidays, it's great to have a dog with you, keep you company. Yeah, dogs are great, man. We both have dogs. We love our dogs. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah, dogs are awesome, bro.
yeah.
Hopefully, hopefully this gets taken care of sooner than later.
Yeah.
Alrighty, bro. What else we got?
We could talk about some movies. Have you seen anything lately?
We did actually. What the hell did we just watch? It was a football movie. What the hell was it? Oh, Sean Payne. I forget the name of the movie, but it's what is it called? Billy Madison production, I guess.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Do you know which one I'm talking about?
No.
No. So see, I didn't write in this. I didn't wasn't expecting to talk about it. I should have written some stuff down, but so it was the Sean Payne story back when he was in that he was suspended. I don't know if you remember when he was doing they were supposedly headhunting for people, and
Yeah.
do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And so it's the story that he goes um back home to watch his kid who he's not even apparently has no relationship with, because him and the mom are divorced, and so but he ends up going to the kids football games and eventually steps in and tries to coach the team and tries to connect with the kid. And I don't know anything about it. It said it was based on a true story,
Okay.
and Kevin James plays Sean Payne. And I'm looking at some of this stuff and I go, there's no way that's real. But I mean, based on a true story, I don't know how much of that is true, and I really didn't look into it. I ran across it. I'm like, I don't remember this movie, so we watched it, and it was actually pretty good. It was funny. The ending, I expected it to go one way, and it didn't. So I always like when that's the case,
Okay.
because you go, oh, obviously, you think it's obvious, and then it's not. So it was cool. I recommend it. It was a good movie.
Okay. Okay. Um. Well, I saw the new Hunger Games movie. Uh, we mentioned that before.
Ah, yes, yes.
Yeah, I did a little review on my channel about it, but there was some stuff I failed to mention in my review too. Uh,
You dressed up? Do you dress up when you go to the movies?
nah,
Like if you go to Star Wars, do you dress up as one of these dudes?
nah, nah.
Oh, okay, okay.
I, I don't even dress up at Comic Con, man. Why am I gonna dress up as
I thought you showed up with like a bow and arrow or something.
I love to see it though. I love to see it with you guys.
Yeah, same, same. I just don't want to be the guy in the thing, but I like watching it. I like seeing it.
Nah, a lot of these costumes get too hot. You just feel weird. Yeah,
Yeah, any mask you wear is too much.
yeah, yeah. But yeah. So this movie is a prequel. It doesn't have Jennifer Lawrence. So not a lot of star power here. It's got
No
the
nude scene.
no nude scene, like no hard feelings. But yeah, it's got the girl from West Side Story. You know, uh, Not a ton of people saw that, I don't think. Um, so and so the actors aren't, you know, it's not like Jennifer Lawrence where this big star you're gonna go see, and it's like everything the Hunger Games has already done, but like not as well. like like they do the games in this like dusty old arena that doesn't have a lot of space. Like unlike the old movies where they were wide open, out in the wilderness. So a lot of different things could happen. It's just this little old arena. Uh,
You know what
so
you described? You described Better Call Saul for me, which is
did,
I've already seen this, and it was way better.
did you finish it though? Because it
You know
gets
what?
better.
No, I'm sure it does. I'm sure it
It,
does,
it
and it
gets
was
a lot better.
fine. It was fine. I liked it. I watched 2 seasons of it. I thought it was fine. I thought this is a good show, but
Yeah,
I felt like I'd already seen it, and so I gave up on it.
yeah. There is that, but it does get a lot better. Like, yeah, you really need to
Okay,
continue to do it. Yeah.
maybe we'll go back to it.
But yeah, it was like I've seen all this before and seen it done better, and like the whole thing was the backstory to Snow, the guy who's like a villain in the original movies, played by Donald Sutherland. It's like, why do I care about his backstory? Like what? Uh, and
Yeah, I can see that.
yeah, and he's this rich scumbag dude who's trying to help out this girl in the games, and kind of falls for her, but uh, yeah, it's not. He's not a very likable guy, and it's not a movie that you like feel good about, like. And but the thing I failed to mention in my review here, I'm gonna bring up a screen here. At this one element of the movie I thought was pretty hilarious, man. So this isn't an actual picture of the snakes in the new Hunger Games, but it, it might as well be, man. Like the digital snakes in this movie are so bad, like you might as well be looking at this thing, man. And the snakes are like vital to the movie because oh, that's something else. I don't know what that is. But but
That bad.
they're so like good CGI. It's like you can't tell something's digital, but the way these things move and look, like it's so obvious, and you're supposed to be scared of these things. Like they're all going after certain characters and eating people, and you're like, this is terrible, man. Like,
No, no way.
yeah, yeah, and it's a crucial part of the movie, man. And like, oh man, and
Not
we've seen,
good.
no, and we've seen this from recent movies too, like The Flash, like the latest Ant-Man.
You're
Uh,
saying that you're talking about bad CGI?
That's CGI, yeah, yeah, and it's largely due to the pandemic. You know, people, companies were just rushing these effects places to do CGI, and they just can't do the job that they need to do. Um, but it just ruins the whole suspense of the movie, man. And yeah, and there's good actors in this. There's there's the guy from Game of Thrones. Crap, what's his name? The you know
I didn't even know it was one of them in there.
yeah, the
Okay.
yeah, and Viola Davis, she's got crazy hair in here, and she's one of the people running the games. Um, let me look up that guy's name. It's gonna bother me now.
So what are we talking about here on the packets on the hot sauce?
The hot sauce, I'm giving it 2.5 hot sauce packets.
Okay, below
It's
average.
yeah, it's not like it's watchable. It's not like what am I doing? But well, it kind of is like, why did they even make this movie?
That was I was gonna ask you when you mentioned that the backstory on this other dude.
Yeah.
That was gonna be my question. Then what is the point of the movie unless you're trying to go somewhere with it, or what? Like what? Is there another part coming up, or what was? What was
Yeah,
the point of it?
it's not clear. It's not clear if there's another part coming up. Even if there was, it's like, where do
Why?
you why where do
Or
you
where
go
do you
from here?
go? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's very weird. Peter Dinklage, he's the guy. He's the guy in this.
Oh, you could have said the little guy. Now what?
I didn't want to say that. I was thinking about that. Yeah.
You were gonna say midget. You can't say midget no more.
I know, I know, I know.
Yeah, you can't say midget no more. It's little person, I think now. I
Yes,
don't,
I don't
bro.
know.
I don't even know anymore. What do you call them? Is it you can't call them dwarf? I don't think. And I think
That's what I
midget is
was.
no good.
Yeah, I was gonna say little person, but I don't even know if that's I don't know.
And I'm asking honestly. I truly don't know what the hell the proper thing is now. Somebody's gonna get upset,
Yeah.
and then we were talking about the when we used to play the 3-on-3, and we played against those three black dudes, and you're like, oh, the three African Americans, and I'm like, so we can't say black guys anymore? Is
Well,
that a
no,
thing too?
we can say black guys. Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay. Just
uh,
checking because I
yeah,
said it and I'm like, damn,
yeah.
what's going on?
Yeah, I, after I said that, I was like, "Can we say African Americans now?" I don't even know. Like, it's it's so crazy that you know.
I I need a new co-host, bro, because you're gonna get us canceled.
I know, man. My comments, my outing Dennis. Yeah,
Yeah, and then so next week we should put a list together of everything that's been canceled, bro. From Speedy Gonzalez to I don't know. I think no, not Speedy Gonzalez. He almost did. I think he almost did. It was Pepe Le Pew was canceled because he's always trying to like date rape this cat. I never once watched that cartoon going, that's what I should be doing. That's how I should be going after a female.
no,
It's just sliding in there and going, hey, baby. But like, I never thought that's the way to do it. And then just grabbing her and trying to make out with her.
no.
No, I get it. that's a, that's a little out there, but I come on, bro. It's just kids are watching the. I don't know, man. None of that stuff ever influenced me to do something a certain way. You know, I didn't drop an anvil on my friend's head either, so
No,
I don't
yeah, and I talked about this in my RoboDoc review about the RoboCop documentary. Like, I saw that movie at age 7 in the movie theaters, like super violent, gory. Like, I probably shouldn't have seen it that early, but like, and we were playing games like Mortal Kombat and all that.
know.
Like,
Oh yeah,
none of that stuff influenced me.
not once, not once
No, no,
did I want to like hit someone with the sword or something. Not once, nothing.
no, no,
So
no.
I don't know, man. They say that stuff influenced kids into doing crazy stuff. I guess I just was never one of those kids. Not movies, not cartoons, not video games, not nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing, bro.
yeah. I never bought that argument for that reason, man. Because if anyone was going to be influenced, it was going to be me with all the stuff I watched. All the games I played. But no.
Yeah, it's yeah, we used to, yeah, I mean we played them all the crazy games. Was it riding motorcycles and kicking people off of motorcycles?
Yeah, Road Rash. Yeah,
Road rash.
yeah.
Games like that. It's like I never wanted to actually do some of this stuff. Are you crazy?
No, no.
You know what? The kid that goes out and starts doing this crazy stuff is something's already wrong with this kid's head, bro.
Yeah, yeah. It's already back, like with the parenting.
There's already something going on in there that
There's
you're
something
willing to go shoot up something because you saw it on TV. Like something's already wrong with that kid, man.
that reminds me of a story. Joe Bob Briggs, that the movie critic I love, told the story the other day on his Patreon channel that I'm subscribed to. He was talking about the JFK assassination. And, there's always been all these conspiracies about who killed him. And Joe Bob was a journalist in Dallas at the time that happened. He was for many years. So he's talked to a lot of the people involved in this, and he says for him it was Lee Harvey Oswald, and that's it,
Just
man.
him.
Just him, because he said Lee Harvey grew up without a dad and with a mom who didn't care about him and who really messed him up. Like just took him he moved around like 20 different places. His mom was never there. Just a terrible mother, from what he said. And the guy was just looking for a group to belong to. He kept trying to join all these different groups, all these different like political groups to do something. None of them would have him because they said the guy was just too crazy. He was too unraveled, and then he just shoots the president, and people didn't want to believe it was just this crazy guy who did it.
A lot of these guys do, the serial killers, all these guys. A lot of them have just a lot of crap going on. Abuse is a big one.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't subscribe to that either. The video game made me do it stuff.
Yeah. No, I believe more what Joe Bob says. You got bad parents. You got people not paying attention to you, teaching you bad things, or neglecting you, or abuse. So yeah.
So what are you gonna do? You want to go get attention now?
Yeah, you want to get attention, and they know that's a way to get attention. It's
in the biggest way.
Yeah, yeah. And it's sad we see it happening so often now, because guns are all over the place, so it's easy to.
Yep, exactly.
But one more movie I wanted to mention. I saw the Thanksgiving movie.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I did. It's a fun movie. It's pretty gory. It reminds me of Scream, but not quite up to that level. Like Scream to me is a masterpiece, one of my favorite all-time movies of any genre. So it's kind of like that. It's kind of like teenage kids and someone's picking them off, and you don't know who it is. But not all the meta pop culture references of Scream. The cast isn't as good as Scream. Just had a crazy good cast. But it's a fun movie, man, and it starts out. Let me tell you the opening sequence. It's all these people at a Black Friday store opening, and they're just trampling over people. There's like gruesome deaths from all these people wanting to get into a Black Friday store. People getting trampled. There's a star pitcher. His hand gets crushed. Like all this crazy, like funny stuff happening in the opening sequence, and I love that stuff, man. So.
Okay, nice. So I looked it up. The movie that I was talking about is called The Home Team, and it says the real story of Sean Payton that inspired the Home Team. Everything you need to know about New Orleans Saints head coach and Bountygate. So I don't know. I guess it's a true story. I don't know, but it's funny. It's got funny stuff in there, and I'm pretty sure some of the stuff is added for the movie, but. It was good, and actually, you reminded me. Maybe we'll get into this next time. Scary movies. I wanted to ask you something about that, so we can do a little scary movie thing next week if you'd like.
Yeah.
Because I have some questions for you for sure.
All right. Yeah. Love scary movies. Love talking about them. But.
Well, you already answered the question I was going to ask you, so great.
What were you gonna ask?
Have you liked them?
Oh, if I like them,
we'll get into it next time.
Yeah. Not all of them. I'll get into it more. Yeah.
All right. Like
sure.
and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Yeah, definitely.
Smash. All right, brother.
All right.
Get out of here.
Until next time.
Until next time, I have some OC news for you next week too.
All right.
Peace.